Andrew Pearce. Has he gone full-on fascist? I tend to think so. Well, this cretin's often on Good Morning Britain. He's also got a show on GB News where he likes to laugh at people who are dying. He's a lovely guy, he is, that he is. Well, he was on GMB again, he was, with his midlife crisis Cruella de Vil hairdo. Yeah, commenting on the fact that this Letby woman who murdered all those babies, well, she's refusing to attend the final court hearings. Oh, okay. Well, she's a lifer, you see. She's not going to be getting out, ever. No, well, and so she shouldn't. But Andrew Pearce has given us 2 penn'orths worth. He has a solution on how we can get this woman, this evil piece of work, into the courthouse. Yeah, into court. Oh dear. Oh dear. You see, this is going to set precedents, you see. Now, his solution is not just because of this woman, you say. It's like the same old scenario, isn't it? A lie that has been masqueraded under some truth. It applies to everybody, you see. If these laws are enforced, because it looks like there's going to be some fresh laws on how we can transport prisoners, well, Andrew Pearce's solution might actually be a reality for everybody, not just for this evil piece of work, no. So what am I on about? Oh my giddy aunt. Well, that is the evil woman. That she is. Well, Andrew Pearce, I would say, is the evil man. Oh my giddy aunt. He's like an arch nemesis, he is. He needs to be locked up. He does himself. Oh my goodness, he's foul. Anyway, what do you have to say?
Technically, a judge can compel the person to come to the witness box, but what is the definition of reasonable force? Prison officers are not prepared to physically move a prisoner in that position.
Why not?
Because they can be sued for assault and human rights.
Also, they need to be protected as well, because they'll lash out, you see. Isn't it as simple as that? Isn't just to protect the prisoner, that is to protect the actual prison officer.
I was acting under judge's orders.
Yes, but so when this law is going to be checked...
Hang on. The other thing is, just thought about this, you see. What if they get bruised and damaged, and they end up in the court? All bruised and damaged. There's a risk they're going to get a lesser sentence because of the sympathy. Yeah, she's been manhandled, she has.
Change by the government, and it is, to really firm this up, it means they can effectively put them in chains and drag them to court in chains. You can't do that currently, and they should be able to put them in chains.
So what about if it wasn't something like this? It was moving a prisoner already convicted from one cell to another.
Absolutely.
Do they still not have that power to physically do it?
Well, it's what's a definition of reasonable force. And reasonable force, human rights lawyers will pour onto it and say...
Hang on, you hear that? The way he said, human rights lawyers, like so a pain in the neck they are. You know, that's kind of an idiot. This guy says he's gone full on, Hannibal Lecter, I would say.
There was too much force was applied.
I don't think it's so much that. Look, the fact that she's refusing to attend is the final insult to those families who, the fact she hasn't admitted her guilt is causing trauma. There's no explanation about what they did and what she did, and who can think of a more evil act than murdering small babies? No. I suppose the two problems are the government early in the year suggested one way around this with these cases is you add to the sentence. That's not going to apply to Lucy Letby. She's likely to be one of the only women to have a full life sentence. The other is you physically manhandle them. The problem is, firstly, there's the potential threat to the guards themselves. If you have a prisoner, a murderer, I'm not talking about necessarily Lucy Letby in this particular case, but a male murderer, for example, strong, lashing around, that could threaten a prison guard.
Hang on, I've got to get something straight here. That was a little bit sexist, that was. I'm sorry. But I know some women are, crikey, you wouldn't want to get in the ring with them. They're for them to have you, they will. Oh, crikey, especially our friend Lisa Nui. She's Dutch and she's like a big Viking, she is. Yeah. Tall and muscular and that, and blonde. And actually, she's quite beautiful as well, to be fair. But, oh, crikey, I've wrestled her. Oh, my giddy heart, I don't stand a chance. No.
And the second is, if you end up with the spectacle of a non-compliant defendant in the court, maybe bloodied and bruised, screaming, or theatrically putting their fingers in their ears whilst they're yelling at the families, these are all possible scenarios which could compound the trauma. I think it's easier said than it's actually implemented, and that's why it hasn't been done.
Okay, so what is Andrew Pearce's solution to that one then? Dare I do it? Okay, I'll do it.
I would chain them, and you could chain them, and you could gag them.
Gag them. He was a better one in chains and gag him. This is literally, this is Hannibal Lecter stuff, isn't it? It really is. I shouldn't laugh because the situation, it's horrible what's happened, but this is actually going to affect not just, obviously, this Letby woman who deserves everything that she gets, but it'll affect all prisoners. That'll be just a general rule across the board. It's not going to be for one, no one's going to make an assessment. Oh, dear. Not all people in prison are murderers.
Well,
so they would be gagged, they'd be trained.
If you've killed 7 babies, she's been found guilty of killing 7 babies, the worst child serial killer in British history, chain her and gag her.
So you have an image, really, then, of almost a Hannibal Lecter-like appearance.
Well, he was technically.
So this kind of backs up a little bit what I was saying in the previous video about lies that are wrapped up in truth. So it's quite easy to make a very convincing argument if you're backing it up with something this horrific. But it's going to affect everybody. It's not just going to be this Letby woman, which, quite frankly, I know things I'd like to do to her. Nothing saucy, no. I mean, yeah. But anyway, you also got to remember that some people have been wrongly convicted. I'm not saying she has, obviously. I don't think there's a clear cut on this clear cut case. But like that guy who just recently got released from prison, and the actual police service or the Met appears to have been hiding crucial DNA to cover up. That's what it appears to be to me. To cover up their crimes. Nothing's ever straightforward or clear cut, is it really? Except in this case, I think, quite frankly, this woman is just evil. Absolutely evil. She deserves everything she gets. But like I say, they ain't all her. No. So we need to be very careful what we accept as being the norms, you see. We'll get railroaded and stuff that will affect everybody, and it's not even... it's not appropriate. No. And you tell me what you think. Leave it in the comments down below. Am I right or am I wrong? Probably wrong, I don't know. Just my opinion, that's all it is. It's all I can really share with you after all. So... anyway, it's time for me to go, but maybe be most kind and boop the old like button. It helps the channel, and maybe that little bell icon, because then you get one fast feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. Oh, I hope you'll be excited about that. Yeah. Anyway, ta-ta. Have a lovely day.